Shake says, I'd like you to advise on which AI tools to use from brainstorming an app idea to deployment. I use Claude for this specifically. So for brainstorming, I find voice works really well. I will put a AI into an interview mode. So I'll say to it, hey, I'm trying to work out a new AI app idea. I'm thinking of creating an app for doctors. I don't really know what would be useful. Could you ask me questions about this in order to help work through the process? And it will ask you questions. And then I will personally use the voice mode to answer those questions because it allows me to do free thinking without having to type. There's no editing, I just talk. And then I will ask the AI to go through a number of rounds of questions in that way. So based on what we've just heard, ask me more questions, follow up, etc. And I use that to get any ideas out of my head. It's a way of cementing ideas into a reality by pulling it out of your head using the interview method. And then you work with the AI to refine what the idea is going to be like. One thing you need to be careful of, though, is agreeableness. So AI will tend to agree with you. If you say, hey, is this a great idea for an app? It will say, yes, the best idea I've ever heard. Not helpful. So what you need to do to get around this is when you're brainstorming something like an app idea, you need to have multiple ideas. Let's say you have 5 different ideas on the go. And then you say to the AI, okay, of these 5 ideas, can you run an analysis for market size, for how much is this a pain point for the potential customers? What is the potential price point, etc. You give it criteria and then ask it to compare across these multiple different choices. When you ask an AI model to compare, it will be able to do that much more objectively than if you ask, is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? Because it will always agree with you that it's a good idea. So we knock it into a more objective comparison mode, and that allows us to get actual useful information out of the AI instead of just sycophancy. And then if you're taking it to deployment, I would do all my brainstorming and all of my thinking inside Claude personally. You can also use ChatGPT. Then I would go to Lovable. I'd put together the prototype in Lovable. You could also use Replete, Bolt. What are the other ones? They're probably the big ones. I'm sure I'm forgetting one of them. To prototype it, to create a basic version, and then I would take that over to Cursor to actually refine it and turn it into a production-ready application. It depends what you're deploying on as well, but Cursor will do most things. Cool.